Welcome to the PoPolitickin show. Founded in 2008, PoPolitickin is a hip-hop meets self-help brand. With each interview, we teach the babies and share success secrets with you, the listener. Past guests of the PoPolitickin show include Yo Gotti, Currency, MC Light, BG, Dead Prez, Rashida, Project Pat, and more. We also showcase the future upcoming stars of hip-hop. Subscribe on iTunes and get automatic updates of each podcast episode.
Hey, yo, what up? It's your boy, DMoney Martinez, and right now I'm politicking with Po. You know what I'm saying? Check out the podcast. Check out the album. It just went on pre-order, the itinerary. It comes out Tuesday, but it's on pre-order now. It's $9.99 on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, wherever your digital streaming, that you have. Just support the wave, and we definitely doing what we got to do on this side. Just hope you doing what you got to do on your side, and that's that.
AB, get tough. They forgot we could do this, man. Fresh cut, got the lens on me. You know what that is? That's a movie. Took a trip, been here 3 days. Feeling like I'm the Uzi.
I went and took the independent route, and right now I'm low boozy. Me and my amigos be chillin' with some bad hoes that be bullshit.
AB like a trip to Disney. All I do is bypass. Getting checks off of YouTube views. I call that scribe cash. Play your cards right, gotta get them all animated just like Ash. I don't wanna sell, yay, but I wanna see that car dash. Got these haters in the rear end. I was on my ass, software crash. Said I wanna make the whole world smile. All it did was get me laughed at. Hold up now, I gotta backtrack. 6th grade getting rashed at. Had a Sharpie on me in a blank CD inside of my backpack. I want a mink on my backpack, in the back of a black lack. Looking back at the fact that I'm no longer ever being backtracked. I hustle hard, my hand itchy. Get rich or die trying like 50. And lying though I ain't Richie. All you niggas get with me. Fresh cut, got the lens on me. You know what that is? That's a movie. Took a trip, been here 3 days. Feeling like I'm the Uzi.
I went and took the independent route, and right now I'm low boozy. Me and my amigos be chillin' with some bad hoes that be bullshit.
Fresh cut, got the lens on me. You know what that is? That's a movie. Took a trip, been here 3 days. Feeling like I'm the Uzi.
I went and took the independent route, and right now I'm low boozy. Me and my amigos be chillin' with some bad hoes that be bullshit. I would YSL like my homie Thugger. AB, that's my little brother. And when I get the perfect chance, I'm dipping off with your baby mother. I refuse to be working for pennies. I got off my ass and now I got plenty. You running around but your bank account empty, and that's what you get for not minding your business. Mama said, why you ain't go to school? I don't know. It wasn't on my to-do list, but now I'm on, so it's cool. I was caught up on that cool shit. Growing them big body Benzes, attracting these big body bitches. Silicone, that's big body expenses. Gotta check that resemble a sentence. I got up this morning and prayed. Gotta thank the Lord for the day. God damn it, I just be the case. Told the judge, get the fuck on my face. She finesse it, homie, that's a smooth talker. I slide my way out like a moonwalker. Ain't got time for you birds, unless it's the gang where the Zoe dollars.
Fresh cut, got the lens on me. You know what that is? That's a movie. Took a trip, been here 3 days. Feeling like I'm the Uzi.
I went and took the independent route, and right now I'm low boozy. Me and my amigos be chillin' with some bad hoes that be bullshit.
Fresh cut, got the lens on me. You know what that is? That's a movie. Took a trip, been here 3 days. Feeling like I'm the Uzi.
I went and took the independent route, and right now I'm low boozy. Me and my amigos be chillin' with some bad hoes that be bullshit.
Nah, I ain't dating nobody. No, I ain't dating nobody, cause everybody keep playing with me.
Stop playing with Uzi, y'all.
That's why I ain't dating nobody, but I ain't playing, cause I'm gonna keep, flexing up.
Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes. We're on SoundCloud, YouTube, Speaker Radio, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio. I'm now politicking my homie DMoney Martinez. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. How you?
I'm doing great, man. So last time we talked was like 4 years ago. So how the last 4 years been for you?
Yeah, last 4 years has been good, man. I've been just consistent with the music. I know my last project was Making My Mark in 2013. 2014 around there. And since then, I've just been, doing a lot of features and doing writing for a lot of other people. So, I've been consistent with the music. I did a feature with Gotti and Eddie Fish. I did a few other projects out here in just the East Side. Just trying to help in whatever situation that I can keep the music consistent.
Yeah, we had Eddie Fish on the show.
Oh yeah, Fish my dog. Fish my dog. Definitely, most definitely. I work with him pretty much every day in the studio. So we just working, man, trying to figure out the situation and pray till something happens. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So what is music to you? Why is it important to you?
I think music saved my life, yo. I'm not even gonna lie. I think if it wasn't for music and what I do now, I'd probably be doing other things. I just feel like, for me, I use it as like, my meditation, my go-to. You know what I'm saying? When just things ain't going the way you want it to go, So for me, it just happens so fluently that, it just happens without me even noticing that it's happening. That's how music is. It gotta like flow like you're speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like it's another language. So for me, it's real fluent. You know what I'm saying?
And what is hip hop to you?
Hip hop to me is the way you perceive it. I think it's all about culture. I think it's how what you think is hip hop. That's how open hip hop is. You know what I'm saying? It's however you want to make it.
So what is it to you?
To me,
yeah,
I just think it's for this generation. I think it's a matter of being cool. I think it's a style. I think it's my style. Like hip hop is me. Like the music in general defines who I am. I use a lot of my surroundings to write about concepts and songs. So everything around me is hip hop. Like my style, the way I walk, the way I talk. Even the girls that I like. You know what I'm saying? Girls you gotta be hip hop. You gotta be real like street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, that's what really hip hop is. It's just a way of life.
And then my show is self help meets hip hop. So are you conscious of like trying to put positive messages in your music?
You know what? From based off what I've experienced, I think it could come off as positive. A lot of the stuff that I do write about is just experiences, things that I go through, just in day-to-day general, me being a father, me being, just my love life in general, like a lot of stuff that I come across on the album. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think that's how I keep it. I just keep it like, just typically about my life and what I experience. So maybe, yeah.
All right. Then I want you to talk about your background a little bit. Let us know how you got involved with music.
All right. So I come from a family of musicians. All my grandfathers, pretty much my dad and all his brothers were all musicians. My dad was a bass player. My dad plays a few instruments, but my uncle as well. They form a group together, a band out in Boston. So I pretty much been around music my whole entire life, like since I was born. You know what I'm saying? So it was only right for me to continue that path, and that's why I said, from the neighborhood that I come from, I could have chose anything else. You know what I'm saying? I could have chose the street life. I could have chose, even though it still come with it a little bit, I could have chose the street life. I could have chose, doing other things that weren't positive, that are only supplement, the time being, because there's only one way in and one way out when you think about, the street life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like, by the grace of God, I was just like, yo, I was kind of one of the lucky ones because everybody in my hood, everybody in my ain't really, you know what I'm saying, ain't really doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So for me to travel the world and see a lot of other things that are outside of my city that a lot of people can't see, I think I'm blessed to see that. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much, yeah. That's
all right. And then let's say like we had a basketball team, so you got 5 players, but you gotta pick 5 rappers. So make a basketball team with 5 rappers. Who would you pick?
All right, that's easy. I'll pick Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick Quavo. Am I included? Can I go in that fight?
All
right, so me, I'm playing the 2 or the 3. Who am I giving a 1 to? I'll probably get a 1 to Bow. And I need a 5. Let me see who's out there that got hype. I'll probably pick I'll probably pick. Damn, I don't know who else really ball like that. I was gonna say Game, because Game's a little like he's a little stocky, so he could probably play a 4 or 5. I'll say that's my 5 right there.
All right, and then who's the coach?
Who's the coach? Who's the coach? QC's the coach.
All right, what's up?
Coach, right.
So who are you listening to right now?
Oh, you know what? I listened to YFN Lucci. I listened to his last album. There's a lot of heart in that album, man. I feel like it took me a while to get into it, but then I realized what kind of album it was. Like when I listened to it, I feel like every song has a story behind it. Every song has meaning. I was really listening to his records and I was just like, he really put his heart out on this project. And that's the same way I want people to feel about my project, whether or not it's something that you would listen to, like the concept of music or content of music, even if it is something that you listen to or not, I feel like it's relatable. You know what I'm saying? So when I listened to his album, I was just like, wow, this sounds similar to what I did in my latest project.
All right, we're gonna start some controversy. So who's your wackest rapper?
Who's my wackest rapper?
Yeah, somebody you just can't stand.
Somebody I just can't stand.
Yeah. As far as the rap music, like you just think they shit is garbage.
That's a tough one. I think. What do you mean garbage? Like you mean because nowadays garbage is considered people who aren't lyrical. Like people will say Lil Yachty is garbage, but Lil Yachty got #1 hit singles. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of
like to me, I would say like somebody I think that's whack to me. I mean, he's alright, but Soulja Boy. Like
okay. Honestly, I grew up in a time frame where it was right in between. Like, I grew up in the 90s, so it was transitioning from your Jay-Z's, your Nas's, your Outkast's right into the Soulja Boy era. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like got a little bit of both. I don't necessarily think Soulja Boy is whack. I just think that his music was for his time frame, and his music was for the audience that he was targeting only. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be for you because you're a generation before that, and that's something that I understand musically. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't necessarily say that Soulja Boy is whack. I just feel like he made music according to his generation and his audience. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I have a favorite.
I say I guess you're gonna be diplomatic. Good answer.
No.
So you was talking about your album coming out and everything. So I just want you to tell us the name of the album, how long you've been working on it, all that good stuff.
All right, well, The Itinerary is the name of my album. It was actually supposed to drop in 2016, which would have made it 2 years since I would have had dropped the project. But I think The Itinerary was like my detox album. Mm-hmm. Like, it took me so long to complete it. It took me 4 years of consistent work to complete and actually feel comfortable with me putting it out. #1 was because my 2 previous albums were, for instance, a lot of people didn't get the story of who I was, or you know what I'm saying, they didn't define me as a musician. Like it spoke my talents because I produced everything on my first 2 projects, but it didn't speak on who I was as an artist, or what I was going through,
right.
Or how people, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like I opened up a little bit more in this album.
So you saying it wasn't personal?
The first couple ones was I wouldn't say it was personal. I think the second one opened it up a little bit, but it was more of a comfort situation for me, right? I feel like I have thousands of songs, but it takes for me to feel comfortable to release those records to the public, because you releasing records, it comes with a lot of backlash. Like, you know what I'm saying? It comes with a lot of, critics, and it comes with a lot. So you got to be mentally prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, if I'm not mentally prepared for that, then it's kind of hard for me to put, certain songs out that I'm not even accepting of myself yet. You know what I'm saying? To put out. So I kind of got over that fear and say, you know what? This music is what defines me. I'm gonna put this music out, and if people like it, they have the option of liking it, and if they don't, then they don't. But I'm being real with myself.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
What do you use when you're producing? Like what programs do you use?
Logic. I do a lot of music on Logic. I have been using Reason, but the only reason why I use Reason is because if Logic is not available at a certain studio that I have, then Reason will always be there. It's like one of them programs that is just universal basically. Logic is too, but
So
I use Logic, and
I was
before I
thinking,
used to use
do you have the song first or you do the beat first?
um. It all depends. It all depends. As of late, I don't really write anymore. It's one of them situations where it kind of like just falls into it falls into like the moment pretty much. Like if I'm feeling that way, I'll write about it, or I'll just go in the booth and I'll just spit on top of a beat that's already created. That's how it usually goes. But before I used to create, I used to have just beats laying around and stuff, and then I used to just go like just you know do the songs to them and think of a concept. But now since it's time is limited, we're just traveling and everything. I only have time for certain producers to send me beats for me to write it on the plane, or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So as I get more busy, things as I get busier, the things start to like, start looking for time, and so I just feel like when producers send me beats, it's a lot easier for me to think of a concept than for me to actually sit in the studio, think of it, and then you know what I'm saying.
So what are some things you do as far as like personal development?
For personal development, I think I listen to. Honestly, I just listen to my music for to get it better, to get it to the point where it's like if anything is needed, then I'll go back and and perfect it. Like I was dealing with somebody who, like I wouldn't want to say managing my career, but he was a very good assistant when it came to like A&Rs, like kind of. I'll send him records and he'll give me his honest opinion. Sometimes I'll have to do the verse again. Sometimes I'll have to do both verses, 3 verses all over again. So it'll make me, that's my self motivation. Like I always feel like, and I gotta value your opinion, right? It can't just be anybody, that come and tell you, oh, you know, you need to do this over this, that, and the third. It's somebody with well experience that I've been dealing with, and just his honest opinion. And sometimes I'll go back and I'll do the verse 3-4 times a different way or different style, or even if I got to do it over till it's right. So that's what I do to practice and to to self motivate myself to just be better.
Yeah, it's good you do that because a lot of rappers, like at just your friends and your homies, they gonna be like, "Oh, your shit tight, your shit tight."
This shit tight, yeah. A lot of yes men around, and that's something that I don't have. I mean, I'm not like that with my folks either. If the shit's wet, then you either gotta do it over, or we just move on to the next joint.
So, what are some things you do as far as marketing promotion?
For marketing promotion, honestly, I still hit the streets. I'm not even gonna lie about that. I think the way that I do it is,
Were you passing out CDs still?
yeah, I still do that, and I still pass out, my mixtapes and stuff like that, because I think people get a whiff off of you online, but they want to know if you for real in person. You know what I'm saying? So people always want to shake your hand, and that's cool, because then you got more of a, how do I say it? You get open with your people, with your fans. You start, treating them like they're actually, associates. Like people just don't want to be fans. People want to feel a connection with you. So even when I hit the streets of my city, it's kind of like pandemonium and whatever. But it is what it is. Like, it comes with the game, so you just gotta accept it and treat it, like you would treat anything else.
And I want you to tell the listeners, like anybody that never heard of you yet, like why should they check you out and go follow you, listen to music?
I think people should check me out because it's cool, it's authentic, it's real, it's me. I don't really talk about anything that I don't do. And if I happen to, be on a feature with someone, and it's more about, their life. It's not really about my life. I think people get that, got that misconstrued, the first few years of my career. I think people were starting to think that, a lot of things that I would write and talk about were, based off of just feature wise, right? I'm not talking about my album. When you get my album, you'll know it's about me because it's not about nobody else. But with anybody else, it's like, I have a good pen game, so I could just talk about it and write about anything. You know what I'm saying? So, and people like that. People like the flow that I bring to music. So let's just keep it to the music. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much.
I mean, where do you see your career 5 years from now?
Where I see my career 5 years from now, if it's not, me being successful musically, if I don't have a Grammy or two, I'm I'm gonna still keep, my musical talents and help out as much as I can, because, what's knowledge if you can't spread it? What's this talent if you can't let other people acknowledge what you do? Or, you know what I'm saying? So I think I was having this conversation yesterday. I was telling my cousin, I said, in all actuality, music is what has brought me all the relationships that I know now. There's not one relationship that I have that didn't come off of music. Like, it wasn't based off of music. My friends, my closest friends, all come from like me being, just with them every day, just coming up with songs, and that turns into something else. I feel like the majority of my relationships come from music. So,
All right, and then share like some good advice you received from anybody. Just share anything you want to share.
some good advice.
Yeah.
What's the latest advice that I got? The latest advice that I got was to always put yourself first. That's the latest and realest advice that I've gotten.
I was telling somebody that yesterday.
Always put yourself first, and I feel like if you're not good, then nobody else around you or anything that you do ain't gonna be good because you're not well. I feel like that's something that I put into perspective, because 2017, I wouldn't say it was a bad year for me, but it was a year that I had to reflect on a lot of things and a lot of decisions. In the first 3 months of 2018, I've accomplished way more than I did all last year.
Yeah.
So by putting myself first, I accomplished more.
And then you were saying if you're not good, so what are some ways I guess artists can improve their craft?
Just stay in the studio, man. Be real to yourself. Stick to your craft. And I always said this: when you think about great NBA players, right? You think about one thing that they did very, very well, right? You think about NBA players who are in the league now. Carmelo Anthony, what does he do very, very well? He shoots, he scores the ball very, very well, but that's all he does very, very well. So he just perfected what he knew, right? But for me, it's like, I think I kind of like follow the same kind of, guideline. Was just like, perfect what you know. Music is what I know, so I'm going to perfect that. I'm going to work on that until I feel like, everything that I've ever done within music is all that I could have ever gave. You know what I'm saying?
And what would you like to say to the fans?
I just want to say, thank you for the support. Pick up the album. It's on iTunes for pre-order. Today it actually hit iTunes for pre-order. And just support the music, and I hope everybody is in tune with what's going on. I feel like something's about to happen. I feel like this project is what the city's been missing, my city's been missing, and just the world in general. You get a little bit of everything on there. You get hip hop, you get rap, you get R&B. I sing, I rap. Me producing. You got other producers from all over the world. I got a producer from Canada. What part of Canada? Damn, I forgot what part he was from. Name some cities in Canada.
Ontario, Edmonton, Montreal,
Edmonton,
Quebec.
Nah, it's not that one. It's one of the popular ones.
Toronto.
He's from Toronto. He's from Toronto. Then I got another another producer from North Carolina. DJ C Man. He produced Wrong Things, and I got Trill got Juice. He was also from North Carolina. He produced Gas. So, it's just anywhere that I could put my hands in, like LA, doing features with. I did a feature with Trey. I did a feature with Millie's, who's also, big in my city. So just trying to connect the dots. That's pretty much what
What's your favorite song on the album?
I think my favorite song on the album is it's the first song, Get Lost.
Yeah, I noticed that on the album. Usually, like, it's the intro, then that next song usually be probably the best song.
The best
you
song.
Know what that?
I think I didn't intentionally put that song first because I knew it was my best song. I started listening to the album in the sequence that it was in, and I realized that there's a reason why that song's first. First of all, the itinerary, to go back into my album, it talks about, it talks about my life in general. It talks about, me moving around, me moving from point A to point B. You know what I'm saying? When you think about traveling, you think about, you know, where you want to go to next. You think about an itinerary. You think about a plan. You think of, so that's basically why I named the album The Itinerary, because I was just doing so much musically. My personal life, I just felt like I wanted to move from point A to point B and whatever it was, and be happy that I made that move. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I named the album The Itinerary, and everything from track 1 to track 14, I think everything speaks, you know, for itself. Like the album, the music speaks for itself. And you'll get why I named it The Itinerary while listening. I'm not only telling you, you're going to listen to it and you're going to realize why I called it The Itinerary.
All right. I want to say thanks for coming through Politicking with me again.
Oh, yeah. Facto.
You got anything you want to leave the listeners with?
Fish right here if you want to say what's up.
Bring him in real quick. Tell him say what's up.
Yeah.
The Hector called my phones. They're from
PoPolitickin.
What's up, man? How you been, bro?
We on live.
What's poppin' with you, brother?
Man? Say what's up to the listeners, bro. How you been?
Hey, what's going on, man? Eddie Fish, Mr. Hector himself, man, on the check-in, man. What's going on, bro? What's poppin' with you?
I see you. I see the song still getting buzz and picking up.
Oh, man, that's picking up in a major way, man. You know what I'm saying? In a major way. You know, I'm just, you know, shaking hands and kissing babies, man, traveling the country and doing what it do, you know?
Let's say how you hook up with DMoney?
Oh, DMoney, man, that's family, man. That's always been, like, you know, man, he did the hook on my first single with Gotti, man, A Whole Lot of Money. So that was a big record, man. It was just, you know, Skyways Music Group, man. He's part of the family, man. It's always been that way. We always going to continue doing records, man, you know?
So what's next for you?
Oh, man, next for me, man, I'm trying to make this Hector record blow up, bro. You know what I mean? I'm running on that Hector record, man. So, you know, if you playing it over there, man, appreciate it, man. You know what I mean? So we know full steam with this Hector record right now, you know, and we in the studio and I'm just cooking up. You know what I mean?
All right, y'all. So we out on PoPolitickin. Till the next time.
Okay, I'm reloaded. Yeah. Bitch, I'm reloaded, yeah. I cocked that bitch back too. Bitch, I'm reloaded, yeah. I got some shooters with me too. I see some bad bitches in the club with some blood on the shoe. Yeah. Bitch, I'm reloaded, yeah. I got another clip full. Yeah. Woke up with a plan to go get some money, yeah. I was caught a broken, wasn't nothing funny, yeah. I was on a mission till it was complete, yeah. Now I got a bag cause I got on my feet, yeah. Close mouths don't get fed, so I talk to the streets. And when my nigga frontin' packs, I moved it out the V. It's easy, 2, 3, run the play, ooh, wee. And if the plug hit in my phone, it's less than 23. I'm on some ratchet shit, I put it on the beat. When she break that ass up, she say it's all for me. And I don't want if you don't fuck with my team, ho. And I don't touch it if you don't bring home that green, bitch, I reloaded, yeah. I cocked that bitch back too. Bitch, I'm reloaded, yeah. I got some shooters with me too. Yeah. I see some bad bitches in the club with some blood on the shoe. Bitch, I'm reloaded, yeah. I got another clip full.
Well, I've been getting to the money lately. Yeah, my motto still fuck you, pay me. If the DEA ever try to case me, I be gingerbread man, no bakery. Got a home in the hills to get away. Yeah, them codes give you access to the gates. Yeah, my breakfast in the morning be my plays. Got a whole lot of steak up on my plate, yeah. Got the dope money stashed in the Louis duffel. Got the 40 on me, homie, I ain't tryna scuffle. Got your birdie in the drop, told her I don't wanna cover. Got a birdie in the pot, watch that motherfucker double.
Bitch, I'm reloaded, yeah. I cocked that bitch back too. Bitch, I'm reloaded, yeah. I got some shooters with me too. I see some bad bitches in the club with some blood
The PoPolitickin Show is brought to you by Audible. With over 180,000 titles to choose from, Audible is great for any continuous learner wanting to grow and expand their knowledge and insight. Go to www.audibletrial.com/POaudio and get an audiobook of your choice free with a 30-day trial. After the trial, your paid membership will begin at $14.95 per month. With your membership, you will receive 1 credit every month, good for an audiobook on Audible. Cancel before your trial ends and you will not be charged. So go to www.audibletrial.com/POaudio and download a free book by Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Napoleon Hill, Les Brown, Damon John, and more. Always remember that knowledge is power.